Well, good day, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Dread. I am your Mist Lord from Mist-Valley, Skyrim. We're talking today about my mod list I'm in the beginning stages of creating, Lontra Canadensis. And as you may know, I was planning on building it off of AVO-NG, an Animonculary Visual Overhaul Next Generation. So I already did a video where I just kind of jumped into that and just played around in it a bit and kind of went all the cities and looked at it. And I discovered right off the bat there were some of the cities that for my mod list were fine, and some of them were not. I would want differently modded major cities for some of them. So here's kind of what I did, so you get a general idea of what's going on. I uninstalled a couple of mods off the AVO-NG. I uninstalled the motionless rocks killing people because, well, that's just a bug I like. It's the rock trap bug. I mean, come on. And I uninstalled the mod Nazimization because it's just Nazim with a stupid walk, and it just breaks my immersion. Anyways, I'm not really a Nazim hater. Any more than I hate any other character in Skyrim, so yeah, whatever. Then I downloaded the mod Blacksmith Forge Water Fix and I installed it. I didn't actually check to see if that was working properly or not, but I wanted the Forge Water to be looking a little better because it looks just black and it looked like black stone with a ripple in it right before that, so I didn't like that. So then I realized the city mods currently installed is Spaghetti's Cities AIO, so all in one. I took a look at Spaghetti City all in one, and there is a full mod for it, but it doesn't work. You can't just choose certain cities to install of the major cities. It installs all of the major cities and does them. You can just make several small changes within each city, but you have to install it. Spaghettis for all cities. Now, I'm fine with spaghettis for some. Others, not so much. So, I realized I was going to need to uninstall the Spaghetti's Cities mod. Now, I was going to leave it for towns and other things in smaller areas. And then I have to go through and individually pick the Spaghetti's Cities that I wanted to keep, and then choose other city mods for the other cities. So, I knew that was going to take quite a bit of work to do.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts.
I worked on it probably for about 6 to 7 hours, I would say. But that includes me jumping in and playing in the game and going and looking at how the things were after I did the modding. So it was probably about 4.5 hours of actually studying the mods, kind of writing down what I needed to do in what order, realizing I had to rerun Dyndelot and all of that stuff, and remind myself how to do that properly. Trying my best to get rid of what was already there so that I wasn't going over stuff. So I went to Solitude, and for Solitude, I left Spaghetti's in. But I noticed, in spite of the fact that this is an AE mod list, it doesn't have Legacy of the Dragonborn. So I threw that in. Yeah, then I had to go see, okay, what's the Dragonborn Museum going to be like? Does it look good? Is it in the right spot? All of that stuff. I put in the official patches. I did a few fixes for the museum exterior fixes, museum dome improved, museum dome sunlight and shadows. Did those kind of things because I thought they might be needed. I went to Solitude and checked it out. But first of all, what else did we do for Solitude? We also put enhanced Solitude docks. We added that to Spaghetti Solitude. I haven't seen Solitude docks mod in quite a while. Apparently, the mod author has done a hell of a lot of work. It was an amazing mod before. He has expanded it. Right now, the entire city of Solitude is like a proper city, and if you have not checked out this mod recently, I would tell you, go do so. Enhanced Solitude docks. I was super impressed with it. Outside of the actual city of Solitude, there is so much more city, so much more docks area. I mean, there are houses and shops, there's bookshops, there's different bars, there's, places you can buy scrolls. there is everything you could think of. You could spend 4 or 5 hours with your character wandering around Solitude and not have seen everything. That is what it does. It's like being in a real city, and it is so damn impressive. Now, not everybody's going to want to do it. I didn't have an FPS drop that I noticed, anyways. I did have my FPS counter up, but I had no stutter and no issues. I had once where I got into a conversation with somebody in the street, and my game crashed. That's nothing to do with the mod. I don't think that's new characters and getting involved with conversations. Lots of new characters in town. Oh my god, there are so many people. There is so much to do, so much to see. There's a bathhouse. It is really, really impressive. I spent a long time at Solitude checking all that out, and then I went and checked out the what I could see of the Dragonborn Museum, which was all good, looked good. I couldn't get it all the way inside to check it out, but because I'm not doing that in my playthrough, just a brand new character. Breisling's house right across the Dragonborn Museum was having some major texture issues, however, and so was the Blue Palace. The Blue Palace had not only flickering weird textures on the outside, but every time there was a gate or a door, there would be a stone wall you'd have to walk through invisibly. It just, yeah. Once you got through, everything looked good on the inside, but yeah, there was issues. So I began to realize that the issue was AVO-NG has, because once you install it, you don't really know exactly what the mod author has done. So trying to undo something so you could do something different becomes extremely difficult. Like, extremely difficult. So that's one of the things I noticed. So for Markarth, I just left it as Spaghettis, and I didn't actually go check that out. Windhelm, I left as Spaghettis, I believe, and I didn't go check that out either. So I just left those kind of the way they were. I went and checked out Riften. The Riften docks overhaul. I installed it, but it didn't actually show up. So I don't know why that is. That was an issue. There was no other issues in Riften other than the fact that I installed the docks overhaul. It's supposed to work with Spaghettis. Even says it does, but it did not. It just didn't even show up. Like, it wasn't even activated, but it was. So I don't know what the issue was with that. What else did we do? For Falkreath, we chose Cities of the North. That is my favorite Falkreath mod pack. So mod. So I went and checked out Falkreath, and we had all kinds of weird flickering issues all over the place. I don't know why. That shouldn't be. We uninstalled the other Falkreath. We installed this one. It should have been easy peasy, but it wasn't. So that again gives me pause. It makes me think that the towns that were in AVO-NG are baked right into that mod list, and you can't just start uninstalling a town and think it's actually properly uninstalled. It's not. Also, the Jarl's Longhouse. When I went inside there were some major issues outside of it. Didn't look right. Hard to get up the stairs to it. And inside, about a third of it was missing once you went inside, and everything was falling through the map. So that's an issue. Winterhold, we chose Cities of the North. Winterhold, again, looks really good. We actually added in more houses mod as well to Cities of the North. Winterhold, more houses. Adds in 2 new houses. I went and checked them out. It's weird because they have doors. They look like they were actual houses, but you can't open the doors. So I'm not sure what's up with that. There were more issues on the way up to the Jarl's, not a longhouse, but the Jarl's Fortress up on the cliffside. There was a lot of cliffside issues with textures. Of course, the fortress itself was beautiful. I love that part. So that was kind of Winterhold. And Whiterun. We did Fortified Whiterun and JK's Whiterun. Again, they're supposed to be able to work together, but we got issues. I also installed JK's Whiterun Outskirts, which didn't, again, show up. They just plain old didn't show up. They're not there. Not a piece of it is there. There are flickering textures and issues. There are blocked off stream coming out of a stone wall that you can walk through. There's ground textures all over inside of Whiterun that aren't right. And all the doors are, low-res textures that look like shit. They look like you're in Minecraft or some crappy game like that. No offense to you Minecraft lovers. I fucking hate it. I think it's for children, but whatever. If you like it, go ahead. Like things that are for children. Whatever. Anyways, so I ran into the issue where I came to the realization that AVO-NG is a very good starter mod pack for you, or mod list for you to build off of, unless you're going to change something. If you're just adding other things, fine. If you're trying to change something that's already baked into that mod list, it's an issue. You better be damn good at your job if you're going to do that. And I know a little bit about modding, but I'm not an expert. I will tell you, if you're damn good enough you can figure all this shit out, you don't need to start with a starter mod pack. You really don't. So I don't disparage AVO-NG at all. But we are going to be taking this from the very start again. So I am back to level 0 on Lontra Canadensis. But we figured out some things. We figured out we're better off starting on our own, building the very foundations and up. Little bits at a time. And I do know, now I've gone through some of the cities and looked at them. I do know some of the cities that I want. And we'll have to take a look at towns and villages later and stuff too. But those are just a big part of Skyrim. Playing Skyrim for me, the towns, the villages, the hamlets, these things, they gotta look right. They gotta feel right. They gotta smell right. They gotta play right. And that's just a huge part of it for me. Anyways, so stay tuned because I am still going to be working on Lontra Canadensis this week. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might take the day off from modding just because I've got another, 9 days here before I got to go back to work. So it's okay. Or if I feel like I'm jumping into it again, I will. But hey, we're still working on this and I will still update you as we go. You can probably expect another update, well, sometime this coming week. So thank you all for hanging out and listening to my ramble. Didn't feel like putting the face cam on. Hope that's okay. And showing you in the background a little bit of what AVO-NG looked like when I tried to make changes to the major cities. Again, I do know something about modding. I have done my own mod list before. I'm not an absolute beginner, but I'm not an expert either. So, and I do want to get my Lontra Canadensis to the point where I can jump into the game and do some creation of followers too. I'm really wanting to actually create followers from scratch and do that, and hopefully throw them up on Nexus as well for everybody else to check out. Hopefully they're good enough. So those are things I just want to get into and get involved in, and most of all, I want to get my mod list figured out, get it all nice and stable and playable the way I like it, so that I can start a couple series on there and play some amazing characters, have some amazing adventures, and bring them to you. And show you that you too can learn how to mod. I mean, yeah. Is it hard? It can be. It can be. You gotta apply yourself. That's for sure. And there's always failure, and you gotta learn from your failure. That's the best way to learn. So everybody, from Mist-Valley Skyrim, my name is Dread. We'll be coming back with another episode telling you about Lontra Canadensis and how's it going. How's it going? And once again, I don't suggest to anybody that they don't use AVO-NG. I'm just suggesting that if you're trying to change something already baked into the mod list, it's not going to be as easy as it seems. Unless you're an expert. Have yourself an enjoyable week. I'll catch up with you later. My name is Dread. I am your Mist Lord.